Okay, hello everybody. I'm back. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me for my World Card Making Day event. So this is part two. If you missed part one, it is recorded, so you can find that either on my Facebook page or on YouTube, depending on where you're watching this live stream. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Madge. Hello. So now I'm going to show you the next five cards that I created with the beautiful autumn bundle. And these are the five cards right here in front of me. So I'll take you through step by step each of these cards. So if you didn't join me for the first live, let me find it here. This is the bundle that I am working with today. It's called Beautiful Autumn, and it has a variety of just really fun images in it, along with some great sentiments and greetings. And then it also comes, if it's a bundle, if you get it in a bundle, it comes with three different punches. So there's two different leaves and an acorn. So it's a really fun bundle to play with. And during my first session, I showed you guys how to take the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper and just punch out the different shapes that are here. All of the punches, all of these punches fit these different shapes in the Designer Series paper. So you can punch out the different acorns and the different leaves and use them as an embellishment for your card. So that's what I'm using to embellish all of my cards today. I just punched out those little shapes from the designer paper. So anyway, so welcome back everybody. So I'm excited to share these next couple of card ideas with you. I also mentioned that I'll be giving away some prizes today. So everybody that leaves a comment on my videos, I'll just put all of your names into this electronic generator thing, whatever it's called. And I'll have the program randomly draw a couple names. So I'm giving away the bundle today. And I'm also giving away two of my card making kits. So let me show you what those look like. So these are my card making kits. So I have two of them, and it features all of the cards that I'm sharing with you today. So all the card bases, the little gold envelopes. I have a little card that I made that I put in my kit, and a little gift for you inside this card making kit. So all the pieces are in here, all the embellishments, all the pattern paper that you need to create these cards. So I am offering card kits. However, just so you know, this particular designer series paper is on back order. So if you're interested in a card kit, it'll be a little bit before I'm able to make some more and get those out. So, but you can find out all the information about the card making kits and about this bundle and everything on my website. So I did provide you guys the link for that if you wanted to go take a peek at that. So again, I'm jibber jabbering. So let's move on here. Let's start with this card. So there were a lot of questions in the last session. So I just want to make you guys aware that the card bases and envelopes that I'm using, they're just the gold card and envelopes, I think is what they're called. So it comes in a pack of 10. That's why I made 10 cards for today. So the pack of 10 is only $10. It's pretty inexpensive. And the card bases and envelopes are all set and ready for you to decorate. So that's the fun part about these particular cards. All right, so this is the first card we're going to make in this second session. So what you'll need a couple pieces of designer paper. So let me tell you here what I got. I got to figure out what I got. So this is a 1 by 4 3/4 inch piece of pattern paper. And the second piece that I cut is 2 by 4 3/4 inches. So these two pieces are just going to get adhered just like this, and we're going to leave a little gap in between. And then we're going to cover up that little seam or that little gap with this piece. So this is just a 1/2 inch wide, and it's 4 3/4 inches long. So let's start by adhering these pieces, and get my glue. Actually, I'm going to leave this one here so I kind of know where to adhere it. So again, you can use any pattern paper that you have. You don't have to make autumn cards. But if you are making autumn cards, this is some great paper to use if you already had some. But there's a lot of good designer series paper packs out there. So even though this one's not available right at this point, you can use any pattern paper with these card designs. So that's the fun thing about it. All right, so we're just adhering these two pieces next to each other like that. Oh, I just got glue on my table. And then we're going to take this smaller piece and we're just going to put it right over the top of these two pieces. Okay. So that's our background for this card. So I'm just going to set this aside for a moment. And then I'm just going to create my focal point with this piece of crumb cake cardstock. So it's already die cut. I've used the Stitch Shapes dies for all of the cards that I created today and the layering circles. I used both of them. So I'm also using early espresso ink. So I'm using this color ink for all of the cards I'm sharing with you. So that's really fun. You don't have to have multiple different colors. All right, so I'm going to stamp my greeting on my little circle shape. And then we'll go ahead and decorate this card. Okay, now I got to find my dimensionals. Here they are. You ever lose things on your table? I tend to, they're right in front of me and I can't see them. Okay, jeez. Good thing you guys like my jibber jabber and my laughter. Keeps us busy. Okay, so we'll add that. And then I showed you in the last video how to create this little linen thread bow. So I just have two pieces of linen thread tied together to create a little bow. So I'm just going to add that. And I'm just using a glue dot, if I can get it. So I put the glue dot right on that knot for my bow. And then I just add it to my card. So it's a great way to add your little bow to the card. And then we're going to use those little pieces, whoops, that I punched out with the Beautiful Autumn bundle. So I'm using these two little pieces. So I already have dimensionals on them. We're just going to add these as a little embellishment. And then we'll add our gems. So again, this is another quick and simple card. Every card I'm sharing with you today is pretty quick and simple to put together. And you can use them with any pattern papers. So don't get hung up on the autumn paper that I'm using. Pull out your Christmas paper and start making Christmas cards if you want to. All right, and then the little gems we'll put on here. Oh, I should show you my tool, the tool that I have. So I had a lot of questions about this particular tool. Got a bunch of extra putty here. So this is the Take Your Pick tool. And this little tool picks up these little gems. So I tend to use my scissors, which probably isn't a good idea. I should probably use a safer tool, right? So don't follow my advice with the scissors. Get one of these Take Your Pick tools. So you can pick up your little gems and you can add them to your card. Okay, so there is card number, what is this? Card number 6. So again, another really cute and simple idea. All right, let's move on to card number 7. So this one is going to test your stamping skills. I'll just tell you that right now. So let me show you what you need. So you need your card base, whatever you're using. Vanilla cardstock works well if you're using, some autumn themed papers. And then you're going to use 2 pieces of designer paper. So this piece, the bigger piece, is the one we're going to put in the background. And that one is 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. So this is going to be our background piece. So this is what's on this side. We're going to use this side. And then this other piece is, what is it? 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And we're going to put that right in the center. So I'm actually going to put my card together first, and then we're going to stamp the greeting all the way around the card. So that is why I'm saying it's going to test your stamping skills, because we're going to glue everything together first, and then we're going to stamp. And I think it's probably going to be easier to do it this way than to try to stamp everything without having this piece in the center, because you can kind of use this piece as a guide so that you can stamp around it with that really thin greeting. Okay, so now the true test. Pressure's on, pressure's on. All right, well, I do have a marker, so I guess if I don't stamp this perfectly, I can always use the marker to fix it, right? So we'll start at the top and we'll just stamp our greeting. Woo, yay. And then probably the best way to do this is just to turn your card and then stamp the other greetings, because we're going to stamp it all the way around this particular piece. So if I turn my card, you can see that how I have this this greeting going on my card. So stamp this one, and then we'll just turn it upside down and stamp the other one. Well, let's make sure I ink it up. Doing a lot of giggling today. Oh, so far so good. Okay, now I'm confused. I've confused myself. All right, let's see. Now my last one is going to be like this, right? Yes. Okay. Whew. All right, so my last one is going to be this direction, I hope. All right, so we did it. So that is, it's just a fun way to use this greeting, just to kind of stamp it all the way around the card and create like a little frame. So that's kind of fun. Except for when you're doing it live on camera. A little nerve-wracking. All right, so then I just cut out a little circle shape. So I'm just using the, oh, what are they called? The layering circles. So it's like one of the smallest circles in the pack. And I'm just going to adhere that right to the center of the card. And then we'll go ahead and embellish it again with one of those little acorns. So we'll add that little guy. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy, right? You guys are all like, yeah, sure. It actually isn't too bad. You just have to kind of take your time to go around and add your little sentiments or your little greetings. So, all right. So that is card number, whatever we're on, number 7. Card number 8. Let's see. Let's move on to that one. So that would be a kind of a little quilt card design. So you'll need to cut out 9 pieces, which I have them all here. So we're going to cut out 9 pieces of designer paper. And each of these are 1 by 1 inch. So I'm just going to arrange them on the card, and you can use all different pieces. You can use some that are the same. This is a great way to use up your scraps. So I'll just kind of lay those out. And then you also need the piece that I used for my sentiment or for my greeting. This is 1 by 3 1/4 inches. So I cut it a little bit smaller than the last one. I think the last one was 1 by 3 3/4. You could make it go all the way, the length of the card, but I'm going to just chop it down a little bit. So this is 1 by 3¼ inches. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna leave this on there so that I can kind of use it as a guide to line up. Well, let's turn my pumpkin correctly to kind of line up all my pieces. And then we'll just adhere these pieces one by one. So I like to kind of line them up first to give myself an idea of how to adhere them. And then we'll just use some liquid glue. If you use that liquid glue, then you can kind of scoot them around a little bit. So this will probably be the longest card making session right here because you get to watch me adhere all these little pieces. Well, if I adhere them correctly. So again, you can use any designer paper, any pattern paper that you have. These would be really cute Christmas cards too. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here to pass the time. You can only glue so fast, you know? That's the thing about the live videos is I can't edit any of this, so you guys are stuck watching me. But then again, if you didn't like hanging out with me, you could always just end the video and get off Facebook or YouTube, right? Okay, let's see. This last one here. So these are the first 6 pieces. And then the last couple pieces, we'll adhere those right away, and then we can go ahead and stamp the greeting. So it's a little bit putsy, but it's not a hard card to create. And just think of all the scrap pieces of paper you can use up to make this card. I have lots of scraps. All right, so we'll put this last piece on there. Okay, so that looks fairly straight, hopefully. So now we'll go ahead and stamp our little greeting on here. And so I'm using the thank you again because it fits really nicely on this 1-inch piece. And this is just early espresso ink. All right, and this one, so instead of adhering this flat against the card, I decided to pop this up again. So give it a little bit of depth and dimension here. I think it's the gold edging that's on this card that really makes everything pop. You know, kind of matches all the gold that's inside the designer paper. Okay, so there we go. And let's grab some of these little gems, and I'll use my little tool here. If I can, if I can grab it. There we go. All right. So there you go. That's card number 8. This is one of my favorite designs. I like making that little quilt design. All right. So now we've got 2 more cards to make. So let's put these to the side here. Actually, let me bring these back. So these are the cards, if you just joined, these are the cards that I just made. So if you guys want the printable tutorial, you can download it. I did provide that link. So you just go out there and you can download it right off of my website. So be sure to do that, you know, because it has all the step-by-step instructions for all of these. So you can do that. So let's see, what's our next card? So this is our next card. So this one, Instead of doing it, the portrait style, we're going to do it the landscape style. So I have my card base here all ready for us. And I have some layering circles. So I have that scallop circle that's just slightly larger than my stitched circle. So this is early espresso. This is crumb cake cardstock. So I use the stitch shaped dies for this and then one of the layering circles to create that little matted piece. And then I also have my designer paper here. So basically, this piece is going to be 2 by 3.5 inches. So this one's going to go right in the center. And then these other two pieces are 1.25 by 3.5 inches. So these are going to go on the side. So we're really just creating a panel style card. And again, this is one of my favorite types of cards because you can use your scrap pieces to create this one too. All right, so I'm going to start by adhering this piece right in the middle so I kind of get an idea of where the other two pieces should go. Okay. And then we'll adhere our outer pieces. So I'm really just using the back side of this paper to create my outer pieces. And then this last one. Okay. So there's our background design. So again, if I'm moving too fast for you, don't fret about it. Just download the tutorial and do these at your own pace. I tend to move along kind of quickly. Otherwise, I start talking nonstop. Well, I kind of do that anyway, don't I? Okay, so now I'm going to add my greeting to my crumb cake circle. And then we'll go ahead and adhere these two pieces together. So layering these together gives it a really nice look, that matted look. And then we'll pop this up again with some dimensionals. So I'll just use up some of the dimensionals I have here. Oh, yeah, we'll add a little one there. So I like popping things up on the card. It gives it a really fun look instead of adhering everything flat to the card. Got to have some dimension, right? Okay, so this time we're going to add some little gems. So I have these gold gilded gems. So we're going to add these directly to our focal point here instead of on the base of the card. So it just gives it a little different look. And then we'll use our little embellishments, our little acorns and our little leaves on the base of the card. So I'm just switching it up a little bit. So I have dimensionals on all of these. And again, I cut these from the designer paper. So I didn't have to do any stamping. It was all done for me. Not that I don't want to do stamping. I do want to do stamping. But I also like things really quick and simple, right? All right, so we'll add this last little acorn, and that's it. See, I told you these would be quick and simple ideas. I didn't even need a full hour. It's probably a full hour between the 10. All right, so that is card number 9. And again, this would be a really cute idea for Christmas or birthdays or whatever you want to do. Just change out your patterned papers and just use the same design, and change out your embellishments. So kind of fun. Okay, and the last one. Here is the last card that I have to share with you guys. So again, it's another quick and simple design featuring all of the beautiful autumn products. So let me tell you the dimensions for this one. So your designer paper is going to be 4 by 3.5 inches. So it's going to be 4 inches long and it's 3.5 inches this way. And then you're going to cut another type of pattern paper, another design. And this one is 1 by 4 3/4 inches, and this is going to go directly across the center of the card. And then this time I added a little bit of cardstock. So I created this little cardstock piece, and that's 1.5 by 3.5 inches. And so that's just going to get layered over the top. All right. So those are the pieces. And we will start by creating our background by adhering all these pieces. Okay. So there's our first piece. So layering together all these designer series paper pieces is just, creates a really nice look on this card. Well, on any card. And then we'll add our cardstock piece, and then we're ready to decorate it. Okay, so there we go. That's what our background looks like. So now we'll set this aside, and we will bring up our little circle shape again, and we'll put our greeting on it. So again, you don't have to use a circle. You can use a square or any other shape that you want to create that focal point for your card front. So that's the cool thing about all these designs, is that you can reuse them with different paper and different types of shapes, different stamp sets, etc. So, all right. So here's our focal point. That's going to go right in the center. And then we will add another little acorn. Oops. And we'll grab one of the leaves and embellish it. All right. And the last thing we'll do is just add some of those gems. So let me grab 2 of them. There's 1 and 2. Okay. So there is card number 10. Okay. So now we got all of the cards made. So let me bring them back and show you all of the designs. So let's see if I can find them all. So these are the designs that we just created. Where's the other one? Here it is. So these are the 5. Let's switch them around. These are the 5. And these are the other 5. So these are the cards from the first session, these 5. And then these are the cards from the session I'm just finished with you. So again, you guys can grab that printable tutorial. Let's see if I can get them all on the screen here. And it'll take you through step by step everything I shared with you here today. And you can make your autumn cards, you can make Christmas cards, whatever you want to make with those card designs. So they're a lot of fun. They're very simple, as you can see. I basically put together 10 cards in less than an hour. I probably could have put them together quicker than that, but since I was chit-chatting with you guys, it took me a little bit longer. But so I hope you guys enjoyed all of these card ideas, and I hope that you'll spend, some of your day, if not all of your day today, creating cards. So card making is a lot of fun, and it's a great way to celebrate World Card Making Day today. So I really appreciate you guys taking some time out to join me. And if you have any questions, I'll go back and I'll look through the chat and try to answer all of your questions. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Enjoy World Card Making Day. And I will see you guys again next week on Sunday for some more fun card making ideas. All right. Enjoy your day, everybody. Take care.